had problems firing the rifle at first. I actually failed marksmanship, and so I had to go to another basic training unit, and I also had to develop my push-ups, but I had to go to another basic training unit, and I ended up being an expert marksman, if you can believe that. I ended up shooting 40 out of 40, which is called one shot, one kill. And because you shoot 40 rounds at different targets from 25 meters to 300 meters. And so I had to go to this other basic training unit for 2.5 or 3 weeks to, I think it was 3 weeks, to be retested on the marksmanship. And I so I didn't get to graduate with my original basic training unit, which kind of made me mad because I liked Drill Sergeant Campbell. He actually came over to visit me when I was getting ready to graduate, shook my hand, and he said, "I knew you'd make it. I knew you would." He goes, "because you had the heart." I remember one time Drill Sergeant Campbell got right in my face. It was like the third or fourth day before I was gonna go to the other basic training, and he got right in my face, and he's like, "You're not gonna make it. Why don't you just quit? Just go ahead and quit." And I was like, "I'm not gonna quit." And I got real pissed off, and I go, "I am not gonna quit, Drill Sergeant. I'm gonna do this just to show you up." He goes, "Yeah, we'll see about it." But he came and shook my hand later, and he goes, "I knew you were gonna make it because you had heart." I was like, wow, and I thought, because I didn't think he liked me. I thought, but what he was doing, I guess, was trying to get me pissed off to do it, you know, not quit. And that's kind of what did it too, because I got pissed off. I was like, "I'm not quitting, nah. I'm not gonna quit. Have this guy tell me I'm a loser. I might as well quit. Screw him. I'm gonna do it just to show him that I'm not gonna quit." So his reverse psychology worked, I guess. But about a week and a half before I was supposed to go to the 7th Basic Training Unit, I had got put on this special duty because they had taken me completely out of training. I mean, I was still with the basic training unit, but I wasn't doing what they were doing. They were going to the range and firing the rifle and stuff. And because they were qualified marksmen now, they had to do other types of marksmanship, like firing with a gas mask and all that. Oh, I got to tell you guys about the chemical, too. So, about a week or so before I was supposed to go to this other basic training unit, I got put on this special duty. And it was like 4 in the morning, or about 3:30 in the morning, and we had gone over to the mess hall. We were supposed to move milk that day, if you can believe that. They had crates and crates of milk, and we had to move them into the freezer. And Drill Sergeant Geary asked me something, and I don't remember what I said. To this day, I don't remember what I said. I don't even know what I said to this day. But I said something, and the drill sergeant just, man, he flipped his hat off. He goes, "What'd you say to me, Private?" And I was like, you know, like, mailman just went by. I was like, what? And he was like, "What'd you say to me, Private? What's wrong, Private? What'd you say? And I'm going, what the hell? And I'm looking, there was 2 other guys there. One of them was my bunkmate, and one was some other guy. What was his? He was a guy I came to basic training from California with. That guy. The other short guy, I don't remember his name, but the big guy was my bunkmate. He was there too. And they were just looking at me like, oh my God. And he goes, so Drill Sergeant Geary says, "Tell you what, Private, sit down before I come over there and choke the shit out of you." So I sat down, and he went inside, and I go, "What the hell is that all about?" I look over at them, and they go, "Dude, you just called Drill Sergeant Geary Private." I guess when he asked me that question, I went, "Yes, Private." That's how tired we were. You know, they were calling us Private all the time, so I guess then instead of saying, "Yes, Drill Sergeant," I said, "Yes, Private." I guess. But anyway, that's what happened, I guess. And to this day, I don't know what I said. I don't remember what I said. The barracks that night, they were all telling everybody that, "Yeah, Drill Sergeant Geary Private." Everybody was like, "Yeah, all right, way to go." I was like, all right, I almost got choked. Yeah, I remember the chemical. Oh my God, was that a lot of fun. We were so scared to go into the NBC chamber, gas chamber they call it. Oh my God. And so 2 companies went in before us, and so when we had to go in, the Delta Bulldogs, they were dragging people out. People were snotting and spitting and throwing up. And I'm like, oh my God, I'm done. I'm done for. So I went in there and we had our masks on and they say, take your mask off. So I pull it off and then they go, what's your name? You have to tell them your name and then your social security number and then your rank. So I had to say my name, my rank, and my social security number. And they asked where I was from. And then and the whole time I'm saying this in one breath, because when they said take your mask off, I went, and then I'm saying all this and I'm talking and I'm answering their questions. And so I go to walk out and the one puts his hand on my chest. He goes, whoa! And he looks at me like sideways. He goes, take a breath. And they have masks on, so they're like, he goes, take a breath. I go to walk out. He pushes me back. He goes, no, a real breath. And I'm coughing, and he goes, yeah, breathe it in, Private. So I step out, man, and that fresh air hits my face. I was done for. I got a couple other stories I'll tell you about the gas chamber at Fort Bragg. That's later. But man, I stepped out and my eyes are just watering. I mean, no snot came out. That's what I was worried about, because this guy walks over that already went through, and he grabs my arm and he goes, it's all right, come on, dude, you'll be okay. And he's helping me, one of the guys in our platoon. And I mean, I was just like, my eyes are just all, and so I mean, I was like, wipe my nose. He goes, there's no snot. Well, there's nothing. I go, oh, and there was nothing. So I was glad, but my eyes were freaking I could feel the tears running all over my cheeks. And that was all. And I was okay. I didn't throw up or anything. And it wasn't really that bad after, if you know what I mean. I mean, we wanted to go back through. We were begging the drill sergeants to let us go a second time, and we were the only ones doing that. And Drill Sergeant Campbell was so proud. He was like, my boys are rock hard, rock steady, tough. And they wouldn't let us go back through. They're like, no, because we wanted to. Some of the other privates in the other platoons, they were like, no, shh. We were like, yeah, let's do it again. When you come out of the gas chamber, they had this big ass huge oak tree. I don't know, I don't remember if it was oak or whatever. It was a huge tree right in front of the door. So if you came out running, you would smack into that tree, hit that tree head on. And I remembered that tree, and people did that too. They did have privates that would come out right into that tree. But I remembered that tree, so because we were going in, file in through the door and then back out, kind of like a half donut or a horseshoe. So I remembered that tree. So when I came out, I immediately went to the right, and I was waiting to hit the tree, and all of a sudden there's no tree, and I'm walking down the road, and it was funny. I did smack something though. When we were coming out of the rifle, we had to turn in our weapons in the arms room, and then come running out of the arms room yelling, "Bulldogs!" And so one night I'm just extra tired, and I was extra excited too. I don't know why. I was just feeling kind of. I had a lot of energy, so I turn in my weapon and I come running out. Boom! Bam! And I hit this fan. They had this huge swamp cooler that hung down, and that swamp cooler caught me right there. And I mean, it almost knocked me out. It caught me right there. Bulldog! And this female sergeant's like, "Are you okay, Private? Private, speak to me." And I'm just standing there like this, and she goes, "Private, if you're gonna pass out, don't fall on me." And she's standing right in front of me. "Don't fall on me, Private. Don't fall on me." And I'm like, "Yeah, right. Little 5'3", you know. I'm like, "Yeah, if I fall on you, you're gonna know it because you're going down." But oh my God, my head hurt so bad, and I had to go over to the emergency room, and no stitches or anything. They just took some like butterfly strips and put them across my forehead. I had a gash in my head. Well, the next day, I had to go to the range with a couple other privates, and I went late because, I went to the doctor the next day is what it was. I went for a second follow-up that morning, about 6. So about 9, they're running me out to the range, and one of the drill sergeants looks at me and he goes, "You gonna be all right with that forehead, Private?" I go, "Yeah, I think so. It's not bleeding." And Drill Sergeant Geary is driving, you know, he looks back, he goes, Private, if that thing was still bleeding, it'd be running down your face right now. They're talking about. So, it's funny. So I had to go to another basic training unit because of my marksmanship. And I'll tell you guys about this guy, Drill Sergeant Katie. I hated that guy. And I'll tell you about Drill Sergeant Strickland, who I liked. He was kind of funny. He was a little short guy. And talk like this, and he'd say, Private, get over here and get parade rest, Private. He was a funny guy. Wow, this thing's going pretty long. I didn't expect it to be this long.